Hello and welcome everyone to Last Month in Cloud video series, and today we'll be talking about all the latest updates and announcement from the month of November. We'll also be covering some of the interesting announcement and takeaways from reInvent. So that is the AWS Premier event that they do annually. So we'll also be having a look at those. So without further ado, let's get started. For the first update and one of the special announcement from AWS reInvent this year is the launch of Amazon Q in preview. This is a new generative AI power assistant from AWS for work that can be tailored to your business needs. You can use Amazon Q to have conversations, solve different problems, generate content, debug codes, gain insights, and do a lot of other things. And you can even take action by connecting to your company's data sources. AWS has also announced that Amazon Q offers flexible pricing model and features tailored on how you use the product. It can adapt its interaction to each individual user based on the existing identities and roles within their businesses. And AWS has promised that they never use customers' content from Amazon Q to train their underlying model. Now, talking about the different use cases for Amazon Q, it is very helpful for the IT professionals to learn about different AWS services based on their current architecture. It can also help you debug and solve different problems within the architecture and a lot of other things, as it is specifically tailored with the AWS and can be connected to your own company data sources. On the other hand, it's also super useful for business folks. It can do things like transforming a press release into a blog post, creating a summary of the press release, creating an email draft. Taking this a step further, you can tailor Amazon Q to your specific needs. You can create an application in the Amazon Q console, select a retriever, connect different data sources. You can even connect it to external identity providers and services such as Jira, Salesforce, and Zendesk. And then you can preview and deploy a web experience. So all of that is now possible with Amazon Q, which is your friendly AI tool that does a lot of work for you and is always there to help you out whenever needed. So make sure you give this a check out and let us know how you feel about this service. The pricing for Amazon Q ranges from $20 to $25 per user in an organizational level. So if you happen to test this service and give it a go, let us know how you feel about it and how it compares to the existing tools such as ChatGPT. For our second update, we have a very good news for the S3 users who always wanted to have a fast stretchable storage class. So AWS has launched the Amazon S3 Express One Zone, which is a new storage class that delivers up to 10 times better performance than the S3 standard for frequently accessed data and demanding applications. Under the hood, objects are stored and replicated on purpose-built hardware within a single availability zone, reducing latency and the cost. AWS has mentioned that it supports objects of any size, byte range fetches, multiple upload, pre-signed URLs, and much more, though it is mainly suited for fetching smaller file size in a fast speed. Talking about the use case for this storage class, it might be ideal for data-intensive applications that uses parallel compute nodes to process large amount of data, such as AI ML training, media processing, financial modeling, and so on. As of this recording, the storage class is now available for use in the US East or the North Virginia region. To get started, you can use the AWS CLI API or the AWS Management Console to create a directory bucket with a unique name and the availability zone ID suffix. You can use the create session function to get a session token for accessing the buckets. Likewise, you can also use the import button to import all the data if you are trying to fetch it from an existing bucket. So definitely an interesting update which I was personally looking for as well, and AWS has finally launched it, so make sure you give this a check out. For the third update, Amazon Elasticas Serverless for Redis and Memcache is now generally available. This is a wonderful update as you can create a cache for your application and scale it quickly without having to worry about the underlying infrastructure and managing those infrastructure. So a really cool option from AWS that they are now offering this as a serverless service. With this, you get benefits such as super simple setup, instant scaling, high availability, data encryption, and pay-per-use pricing. You can use the Elasticas console to get started and create a serverless cache with default, or you can even customize it to your specific needs. And after that, you can easily connect with the Elasticas using any of the Redis or Memcache clients. During the announcement, AWS emphasized that Elasticas Serverless scales without any downtime or performance degradation and can handle up to 1 million requests per second with low latency. So that is really great news, as we can now set up a cache with Redis or Memcached in a quick amount of time, and we don't need to worry about any of the scaling or availability aspect. So that's a really good feature for developers who just quickly want to hook up a cache in their application and not worry about any of the other things. So definitely a service that you need to check out, especially if you are a developer or use some sort of caching mechanism for your applications. So make sure you give this service a try and let us know how you think about it. For the next update, AWS had added a feature in the management console called as My Applications, which is designed to simplify application management and accelerate the development workflow. The application dashboard that comes with the My Application provide a glance view of all the essential application metrics, including cost, health, security, performance, and DevOps. You can group together all your resources for a particular application. With the help of this, you can use the Create Application wizard that allows you to connect different resources within your AWS account from a single console view. And once you do that, you get an overview of all the different metrics, data, and the quick sites. That means with My Application, you can streamline application setup and connect different resources. You get to monitor critical metrics and take informed actions. You can collaborate with the AWS PreTier service partners for complementary features and services. So you also get the partner support feature within the My Application itself. As of now, it is available in certain specific regions with plans for expanding it to more regions in the Europe and Asia soon. So subtle but a really useful feature addition from AWS. There was already such similar feature in other cloud providers such as Azure and the Google Cloud, and it's really great to have that in AWS now as well. For our fifth update, Amazon Comprehend now supports toxicity detection. So with the help of this, you can detect and avoid toxic content in your text such as profanity, hate speech, insult, harassment, sexual violence, or threats. To get started, you can use toxicity detection with the AWS CLI as well as AWS Elasticas by passing the various text segments and getting labels and scores for each of those segments from the Amazon Comprehend. You can also use it to check the input prompts and output response from large language models. So these are really useful feature if you want to detect toxicity in your own content or if you want to analyze toxicity in the response of the different LLM models. So that is a really wonderful addition to the suites of features that AWS Comprehend already offered. It is now available in 4 different AWS regions: US East, the US West, Europe, and the Asia Pacific. You can pay based on the number of input characters in units of 100 characters with a minimum charge of 3 units per request. The next update is about PreTier, which is a really cool and fun web-based platform that allows users to experiment with generative AI and build mini apps without coding or even creating an AWS account. It comes with an app builder feature that lets user enter a description of the app that they want to build, and the PreTier generative AI builds that for them automatically. Or if you want to build something from custom or make it from scratch, then you can even start from the empty application and customize it to your needs. PreTier also comes with a lot of widgets that are the building blocks of it. You can get widgets such as user input, text generation, image generation, and even for chatbots, users can edit, remix, and reference widgets by name and access advanced settings for a lot of them. For a limited amount of time, AWS is offering PreTier for a free trial for its new users. So make sure you give this service a check out and build wonderful application with the help of AI. For our next update, you can now use natural language to generate query for your Amazon CloudWatch logs and insights. This is a new feature that allows users to describe or ask for insights from the logs and metric data using a simple plain English language, and the AI will automatically generate the query for us. You can get the query generated for your logs as well as the metric insights. User can select a log group or a metric, enter a description of what the query would look like and what they want in a simple English language, and the query generator will generate the log insight query or the metric insight query that matches the request. If that does not fit the need, they can also update the query by changing the description or adding in more details as we would normally do with any of the chat LLMs or the generative AI chat models. This feature is currently available in the US East and US West region. AWS has explicitly clarified that the generated queries are produced by the AI and may vary depending on the data available. For feedback purposes, users can include their original request and an explanation of the query as comments as well. Now for the final update for today's video, we have the AWS PreTier API, which is a new API that will allow you to check your uses of the AWS PreTier program, which, if you don't know, is a program that provides free access to certain AWS services up to specified limits. And now with the help of this API, you can track and check the uses for it. If you want to use the API, you can use the API directly with the AWS CLI or integrate it to an application using the AWS SDK. The API will return a JSON document with information about the service, the offer type, the current and forecasted uses, and the limit for each of the offer. You can also use the uses alerts, budgets, and free tier pays in the billing and cost management console to monitor your free tier uses and avoid the unexpected charges. If you want to learn more about the AWS PreTier API and learn how to optimize your free tier uses, you can do that with the AWS Skill Builder courses, the free tier AWS official page, and the pricing page for each of the services. So we have now reached to the end, and that was the final update for the month of November and AWS reInvent this year. I hope that you all find these updates really useful and exciting for you all. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, don't forget to like this video, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay updated in the world of DevOps. Bye-bye.